Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Ink and Insight, the place where we dive deep into media, pop culture, and the world of literature. Today's video is going to be all about a book that's been sitting in the cultural conversation for years, one that practically redefined the psychological thriller genre. So let's get into it. Today, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. This book is a psychological thriller that centers around the mysterious disappearance of Amy Dunn on her 5th wedding anniversary. As the investigation unfolds, the public perception of her husband Nick slowly shifts, from confused and concerned spouse to the prime suspect. The story is told through alternating perspectives, giving you two very different versions of the same marriage, and the truth sits somewhere in the uncomfortable space between them. That's all spoiler-free, so don't worry. No twists revealed. First off, the unreliable narrator technique in this book is just masterful. Gillian Flynn plays with perception in a way that constantly keeps you guessing. Every chapter feels like the ground is shifting under your feet, and you're never quite sure who you can trust, or if you can trust anyone at all. Then there's the writing style. Flynn's prose is sharp, dark, and wickedly clever. Her observations about relationships, identity, and the way people perform for the world are almost uncomfortably accurate. She doesn't just tell a story, she dissects it. I also loved the book's exploration of marriage, not in the romantic sense, but in the way it exposes how people curate versions of themselves for their partners. It digs into the masks people wear, and what happens when those masks slip, and it's honestly one of the most fascinating parts of the whole experience. And of course, the character development. Both protagonists are incredibly compelling, twisted, flawed, layered, and unpredictable. The complexity in their personalities makes the story feel alive, and their dynamic is one of the strongest elements of the book. Now, nothing's perfect, so here's the other side of it. A lot of the secondary characters felt less developed compared to the two leads. They serve their roles in the plot, but they don't leave as strong an impression. And I'll say this, the tone of the book is extremely dark and deeply cynical. While that's part of what makes it so compelling, it's also not going to be everyone's cup of, well, it's not going to be for everyone. Some readers might find the atmosphere a little too bleak or emotionally heavy. Finally, there were a few character decisions along the way that made me pause. Not because they were unrealistic, but because they were intentionally frustrating. Again, nothing spoilery, but let's just say this book doesn't give you characters that are easy to root for. So, in conclusion, while Gone Girl is a dark and often uncomfortable read, it's a brilliantly crafted thriller that completely pulls you into its world. The writing is razor sharp, the characters are unforgettable, and the psychological tension is on another level. I'd highly recommend it to anyone who loves psychological mind games, layered characters, and stories that challenge your assumptions, but with a warning that the tone is intense and unapologetically cynical. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let me know your thoughts on Gone Girl in the comments below. Just remember to keep it spoiler-free. I'll see you guys in the next one.